This episode of Pink Champs was brought to you by Bartonura Sparkling Rosé Moscato. This pleasantly sweet sparkling wine has a moderate crimson reflection with delicate floral fragrance of honeysuckle and raspberry aromas. The sweet palate of strawberries and melon make this a wonderful wine for desserts and fruits or simply for enjoying it on its own. Bartonura Sparkling Rosé Moscato. Drink responsibly.
Hey Booze, hey, it's Miss Jones. And on this week of Pink Champs, we sit down and talk to R&B legendary icon, Monifah. My friend, the legendary, amazing R&B songstress from the 90s and the Nownies.
The Nownies.
The Nownies.
Hey,
Monifah is here.
Hey,
gorgeous.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad we
Thank
finally
you for
doing
coming.
this. This is amazing.
I know. Thank you. Thank you.
I
And
love
this
it.
is my friend's restaurant, Shawnee's China Soul. And this room, this area is really special. It's named after her grandmother.
Nice.
So it has good energy and it's so pretty. I was
It is
like,
beautiful. I love it.
let's just do it here.
Yeah. I love
It's
it.
good to see you.
Good to see you too, sis.
So,
What's up? I know.
um,
What's up?
a lot of things have been drudged up from the 90s based on the recent allegations from Cassie to Diddy. And while I don't want to start there,
Right.
we gonna have to go there
Right.
at some point because that shit is crazy.
Well, there's a lot to unpack.
Well, tell the people, for the youngins that are watching Pink Champs and don't know who you are, how you started, what your songs were, tell the people.
All right. Well, my name is Monifah, and I was one of the last acts signed to the infamous and famous Uptown Records that was run by Andre Harrell. And Heavy was my mentor.
Heavy D.
Heavy D, right. You know, I say Heavy.
Right, 'cause
Heavy,
that's your
Heavy
friend,
D.
but right.
Right, exactly. Heavy D was my mentor. He was the one who got me the deal at Uptown. And within a week of me doing a reference vocal for him for another artist that was signed to Uptown, a young artist, young guy, little boy, I had my deal with Uptown. He decided to
Put you out as
put me out as his first female artist. Yep.
And back then, it was a new thing because it was 80s hip hop artists, because Hev was kind of in the late 80s.
Late 80s into the 90s, and also help, get hip hop, rap music to mainstream. He's one of the artists that helped it gain mainstream success. Definitely
That's a
had
fact.
a part of that.
And at the beginning of the 90s, I think is when the Tammy Lucases.
Yes.
And shout out to Tammy Lucas.
Hey, Tammy. Right.
They were actually doing hooks on these crossover rap.
Yeah, the rap. Yeah, that's when rap and R&B. They would have the females sing, and then
And Crystal.
Crystal. Yes, Crystal.
I know her song was
Tammy
called
Lucas.
Crystal Clear.
Oh my gosh, what's Crystal's last name? But it
Crystal, we sorry, Crystal.
We love you, and shout out to all the voices of
Right.
the New Jack Swing era, and
We remember you guys.
We love you, and
We're
thank
singing
you.
your Is It Good to You?
I like it. Yes,
Yeah.
shout out to all of the voices
Yeah, we remember you guys.
that people didn't necessarily have a face to, but that voice.
They weren't in the songs.
They weren't.
And I
They
think
weren't in
when
the
you
videos.
came up, they weren't in the videos. They were in the songs, but
Right,
not
in the
video-wise.
visuals.
And then when you and I came along, it became a thing.
It was a thing for hip hop artists to have their R&B female counterpart.
To cross that
cross
hip-hop
that-
over.
Right,
Because R&B
exactly.
was a more celebrated genre of music.
Absolutely, and way more standard and mainstream.
Right.
And that, yeah. it
And there
made
were
sense.
a few at that time when we came out. It was you, it was me, obviously it was Mary, then
Faith.
came Faith.
Faith was before me as well, right before me.
Okay.
Right before me.
And then
We were
Trisha
like-
Covington.
yes. Yes.
Gina
Almost said
Thompson came later.
What up, Gina?
Hey, boo.
Yes.
Can't wait to get you on the Pink Champ couch, Gina.
Okay.
And then the Adina Howard, but
my
Adina
sis.
never really did hooks.
No, she didn't do hooks, and neither did I. But I'm just saying, as far as being brought out, because Adina wasn't really brought out by a particular. She was a signed artist.
That's true.
We had guys that kind of fronted us or whatever. We're
Right.
the queen of this or the princess of that,
Or the first lady
the first
of
lady of
something
whatever,
or another.
And shout out to
But I ain't getting no first lady money.
okay.
Yeah, we
That's
drink
hilarious.
that. Baby, let me tell you something. When I met Dougie, and this was right after, like, I met Doug like 2 weeks after my mom died.
Wow.
And my mom died like 2 weeks
So that was
after
an
I
emotional,
graduated.
very impressionable time for you.
It's a very impressionable time. So whatever man that
Uh-huh.
came in my life at that time, I always say I could have went down this road and been a drug dealer's wife, a hustler's wife,
Well, yeah.
or
Especially where you come from. Like,
right.
That's
'Cause
where you
all
are. That's what yeah.
Right, right. And back then, I didn't necessarily see this as being a reality.
Right.
We had Melissa Morgan and the Whitney Houstons.
Hey,
But I didn't know if that was me. You know what I mean? But the money wasn't there. But back then we did it for the opportunity, which is why now
I did it for the love. I wanted to be, I never thought I was going to do anything else. And that's just how my opportunity came. There were things before that, for sure. But the solo part came through, Hef being obedient to whatever told him to sign me, and that I was going to be the one that he was going to bank on. You feel what I'm saying?
I do. You had the luxury, though. How were you with money? Because with mommy dying and then my father dying, I'm trying to eat. I went to school for music, so I always wanted to do it for the love.
Right.
But when my life circumstances...
Oh, got you. Yeah, for me, I was living where I grew up at. I was living in East Harlem.
Were you still home?
Yeah.
So you still had your...
Yeah, I still had the support system. Of course, it's completely different. You're now surviving, right?
Right.
I wasn't so much
You were
surviving.
thriving.
I was right. I was able. I had the luxury of my mother. I had my daughter at the time. All of that, but I also had a
you had a
support
village.
system. I had a village. I did, absolutely.
So I understand, like, when we start talking about other girls, and
you got to be careful.
and the decisions,
Right.
because you don't know everyone's how precarious their situations were.
Exactly.
What motivated them to make those decisions?
For sure.
Because now that we grown and we OGs, we can say,
retrospect is hindsight is 20/20.
exactly.
Right?
But when you're in it and you don't want to let go of it, or it's right within your grasp, you might do something strange for a little bit of change.
Maybe. That's right. I mean, especially when, and this is where it gets interesting, because to bring it like kind of, front, I was having a discussion with my friend Anthony, and on my way here actually, and I was saying like how we were talking about the whole,
Diddy and Cassie
situation, and I said the bottom line is that, and then with certain people, and somebody few that I know, that I'm like, I want to call that mother and be like, shut your ass up.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I
Like,
said
shut
that.
your ass. If you don't have,
Peter
like,
Gunn, and I'm going to say it. Peter Gunn.
Yeah, I wanted to punch him in the I was trying to call your ass.
They were up there on a freaking podcast last night, or live.
Yeah,
and they're both talking shit. And I'm like, what are we, guns and dollars, attorneys at law? Who the fuck are y'all?
Yeah.
As many babies, mamas, as you, like, you've been kind of reckless.
You've been very, there's no kind of reckless than it is.
And Rich, you had Erica Mena and Olivia running around pulling their hair out on Love and Hip Hop at least. So I'm not quite sure that y'all need to be on the soapboxes.
For nothing.
Because in a minute, we're going to turn the barrel towards y'all and kick open y'all shit.
Right.
That's why all the guys are like, well, we don't know. Oh, because y'all trying to buy time to get y'all fucking stories together.
Well, that's it. And what happened?
And look.
And the exit is where?
Right,
because
I think I'm not playing these games. And Wendy ain't around, and she can't remember, but she told me. And it's just a matter of time.
The bottom line is that it's nervous. Because we're in a time.
The guys that were around at the labels are nervous.
It's a nervous. The reason being because all this industry, especially hip hop and the black music industry, is just it's
tight-knit, misogynistic, get your bitch in check. Why she calling my office looking for her check?
Right, but also it just mirrors patriarchy and white supremacy. It ain't doing nothing, but it mirrors that. It's just
you learn from Clive.
That's it.
You learn from Tommy. You learn from, and then you built your little label based on that.
It's how they treat women, period. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Tommy
just how
Mottola had Mariah running around the house dancing on broken dishes. I have to drink to that.
Let's just nobody can pay me for pain.
We laughed back
then.
But it's real.
I never heard that. I mean, I heard a lot of things.
When she had her nervous breakdown, remember?
Wow.
And they said she broke dishes. She was so frustrated because he kept her locked up, allegedly. Locked up like his prisoner. He left his marriage and his children supposedly for her. And he knew he was older. And he knew she was a hot, pretty, beautiful singing songbird. And she probably didn't really want to be with him but for the opportunity of being the Columbia record singing icon.
Let's be clear that there is thought that goes into, I don't care if somebody has talent or not. When a predator is a predator is a predator, period.
Yeah.
And if you know that they're gonna use whatever they can manipulate, where they see the weaknesses or the voids, and become all-encompassing, all-knowing, and it's like a love bombing.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's a love bombing and then that shit comes out.
Yeah. Now your experiences, let's get beneath the surface. We know, well, I believe you're bisexual.
I am. I'm fluid.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm queer.
Tell me
I'm queer.
Can you tell me the difference? Because
I'm
not trying to be
No. You asked the question. It's fine.
offensive, but I had a question after that, and I don't want to sound ignorant with my question.
Well, I used to say bisexual, but then I have the capacity to be attracted to, spirits and personality and people.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to necessarily be encased in
Gender?
anything.
It doesn't have to be gender.
It may not
specific.
be. Yeah, it doesn't. It
Okay.
may not be. I think I've been attracted to a trans person before. You know what I'm saying? I haven't slept with a trans person. I slept with somebody that was on their way to being a trans man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I've never had the experience of but was in the process of transitioning into their
Was
maleness.
this always? Have you always been this way? Like I'm getting at when you were coming out as an artist.
Oh yeah, I had a girlfriend when I was doing my first album. My first girlfriend, I recorded. I had a girlfriend before I came out.
And so and you were on Uptown Records. What was the response? Did they know?
Yeah, knew. A lot of people knew.
Did Diddy know?
That was so funny. It's funny because Diddy was like he told somebody that he got business with, don't fuck up my money. I know that for a fact.
Wow.
That he said, don't fuck up my money. Because nobody could know that, there were a group of, artists, female artists that, had things in common. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And had, it was a tribe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, when certain people...
I wonder, was he like that with the guy artist, the male artist?
I wonder if he was like, I think that we should be, policing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? If but I get it. Money's involved or whatever. It might have been better for him to be policing himself.
Okay.
But I've never, no, because they're going to protect each other. They're going to gatekeep that.
Yeah, the gay man.
Why do you think they was mad when I talked about I Can Tell? When I did the treatment for I Can Tell, which was my last single that charted while I was at a major, right? I did the video. There were two actors, and one of them were Amari Hardwick, that actually agreed to do this. And it wasn't even any weirdness. He was turning around. The guy was sitting in a chair. He turns over in a bed, and that is the reveal at the end of the video. They wouldn't play the end of my video on BET, but they played somebody sleeping in my bed with the two females. That shit was run all over the place. They didn't cut. It's a double standard, and a lot of it has to do with.
And we're tired.
There's a lot of and it's not. There's not a big deal at the time. I didn't think it was a big deal. I was just trying to, on a socio-political level. It was my way of sharing, telling women, because I was in the clubs. I saw men that were in there, and I was like, I know.
Right.
I know his girlfriend don't know he got a man, that he in here with a boo.
On a Tuesday night.
On a Tuesday night,
right.
Getting his life with his little shorty.
Yeah.
With his same gender shorty.
Yeah.
It was shocking to me as a woman who liked both men and women at the time. You know what I mean? That was attracted to both men and women and dated both men and women. It was shocking to me. Like, and so I felt it was my dude. Like, y'all got to pay attention. You got to be safe because when we ask the wrong question, we as women or as people, when we ask me, "Are you gay?" and he says no, he's not lying because in his mind, do you sleep with men is the question. Do you enjoy sex with men is the valid question.
All right.
And if he doesn't feel he can be honest, That's one thing, and he's, whatever. But that's the question.
And if they
because
say,
it doesn't make you
mind
gay.
your business, Dwight Howard.
Right.
When they say,
So
don't worry
funny.
about who in my bed,
But-
that's your answer.
But why do we worry about who's and who's bad? I know in this business that we want to be fuckable.
It's tantalizing. It's exciting.
But I'm sorry, but I could be a whole married or in a relationship and not be fucking. So like that doesn't mean anything. Just because I'm with, like, I'm in love or am living a life, that doesn't have anything to do with.
Now it doesn't. But we've been programmed.
That's what I'm saying.
And we've been raised. I always say Cinderella is like the biggest false, like, we train our daughters to compete. Because only one of y'all are going to fit that slipper. So get your titties up.
And do whatever
get your corset in and do whatever it is and start being performative with the one guy.
You're absolutely right.
We start at a young age. That's Cinderella shit. And then we wonder why I don't like girls. I hang with guys. We wonder why. It's because you've been born, raised, and taught to compete.
My mother didn't raise me like that. That's society.
The schools.
Yeah, but yeah,
when
your
you
peer
sat
group.
in a circle.
Yeah, you learn that in your
and
peer
they
group,
read
right?
the-
Even if your mother, right? You learn that in your peer group.
Yeah.
The thing is it's so funny because it was the other stuff. It was the lack of self-esteem based on stuff that I had been through that, and needing validation and not knowing why. You know what I'm saying? That I would do certain things. You know what I'm saying? And
Go ahead.
just back to why it's important to stop weaponizing people's sexuality is because look what's happening right now with this war, right? You got, the bottom line is we all human, and we all want to be loved and accepted. Loved and accepted. That's really what a human being wants.
Inherently,
and to be
yes.
inherently,
Yeah.
right? All the other stuff gets in the way. And I know that's rose-colored glasses. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line
in the
is...
rose room.
I know, but we're in the rose room,
It's
so let
okay.
me live. Like, the bottom line is if we just focus on humanity and treating people how we would want to be treated on the lowest motherfucking day of our lives, I think we might have a little, but you got so much. It's so much at stake. It's money. It's position. It's power.
There's trauma that has been not dealt with.
Oh,
where
for sure.
People feel like they have to dominate.
For sure. That's
You know
the only
what I
way
mean?
they feel safe to survive. Yeah.
Right. So
Doesn't
it's
make
a lot,
it right.
It's a lot
I
of
just want
things,
people to stop talking, and not. I'm not talking about muting people, but if you're not gonna keep it gangster, stop fucking talking.
That's never gonna happen. That's never.
I just
gonna
don't
happen.
appreciate the disparaging, like especially if you're in this business. I know a lot.
Yeah.
I know a fucking whole lot.
Tell. That's
I'm
why
not-
you here.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Tell it.
I don't mean in a way because that's real seedy shit. It doesn't matter to the degree of because some people speak to me just because they know I know some shit. It's like I'm not spilling
that
nobody
girl.
else's
Yeah.
secrets. Like nobody cares about that. Like you know what I mean? And I don't give a fuck. Like I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But
that's their stuff.
But exactly. But I'm talking about as a man or woman in this period to disparage Cassie, and you don't know what the fuck that young woman went through. First of all, she was with somebody 20 years. Her fucking. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about how a lot of these guys have always and this is even in the growing up, we dating drug dealers. These motherfuckers was 12 and 22 decades older than us. They had no business.
I was 17 and he was 27.
They are we're in developmentally different spaces. You mean that's not predatory?
That is.
The fuck out of here. Come on, man. And men and that's why that shit pissed me off seeing guns, because I fucks with guns.
Yeah.
That's my mans in them.
Peter
but
Guns, that was not cute.
Yeah, I don't know what numbers is going on, but I definitely was.
Do they really believe that? Do they really believe? It's so stupid.
They really believe.
Do they really believe that, or are they again just pretending and trying to buy time? Because once we start going down the line of who did what to whom, and everybody's suing. How you sue it? No.
How you sue it? How you sue it? But I just think it's about it's just that boys club bullshit. Here we go again. It's always the woman is on a money grab.
Yeah.
It's always a woman that she should have this. How about they fucking women and not girls. How about that?
How about that?
Let's talk about
Date
that.
your age group.
Date your age range. Is that?
But you won't.
And not for your
My mother
self-esteem,
used to-
because your self-esteem is on the floor.
Right.
You need arm candy. You
The only
dating
one that'll
girls
have you is a girl
for
that don't
other
know
niggas.
better. Yeah. To make you look
To
like
make
you're
you
more
look
than
a
you
cer-
are. I'm about to pop this
Wait.
button or a bottle.
Girl, as long as you don't pop me in my eye, I'm
Oh,
good.
wait. No, I'm not. not going to pop in the eye.
There we go. She did it.
Hey.
I love it.
Thank you, partner. For being
Yeah.
my first sponsor. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for you. Look at here. I'm letting
Thank
go.
you.
I don't want to. Yeah.
So,
And then people thought, because like it's so funny because I'm online and they put a, one of my videos, like one of those throwback video, like, oh, you remember these like videos, and then somebody's like, oh, Monifah, what happened to her? And somebody was like, she was outing people while being gay herself, and I was like, I said, how you doing? I had time today, so I was like, that is the most ridiculous, uninformed, funny thing you could have possibly said. But have a great day.
they just be wanting to get your attention. You do realize that.
I don't be on there doing that. I just had time that day, so I just responded because I was like, this is uninformed.
Right, because you never even, you don't talk. Like, you don't really.
What is it to talk about? It's not my business. I can talk about who I fuck. I can
Right.
talk about who I've been, like, you know what I'm saying? But even in that, there is a level of discretion, and you telling somebody else's story too. I'm not trying to tell anybody else's story but mine.
Right.
My truth is my truth. I could talk about what I'd like to talk about, but it's not going to go past a certain point. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Now, will you share
Share what?
industry, female that you dated?
Well, I mean, it's already out there. You talking about La?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we dated years ago.
I didn't know that. I didn't know. She's talking about Latifah. Does she tell people that?
I don't know what she tells them.
Have you heard that come
No,
out?
I've just seen stuff on Google. People are,
Okay.
yeah. There were some weird lies and stories that were absolutely not true that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? But,
That just be people picking, trying to find
yeah,
something.
trying to, at the time, because it's a long
Was it
time
like
ago.
a romance, like a beautiful romance?
It was a great friendship. And it was a great time. We were having a lot of fun. I was at the height of my career, as was she. And not at the height, but she was on her trajectory.
Right.
Yeah, we were like,
Were you
had fun.
traveling? Is she like a rose petal girl, or
Just-
like
just-
soft
they just
music?
strike you as a
I don't want to stereotype just because she's
No. I'm just no. When you say rose petal kind of girl, what do you mean?
like a soft pink romantic, like music,
Honey,
candles.
Honey, we were partying,
Jet setting.
drinking, having
Okay.
having a blast.
Okay.
That was my homie. You know what I'm saying? And then, for whatever reason, like when it wasn't a relationship and it was amicable and we weren't, together, the friendship
Do
went
you
away.
think that her people, the people on her label, that they were against that getting out? Did they know? You think?
A lot of people knew a lot of things.
Okay.
honey, so.
All right. And this is why we're here today.
Yeah, everybody, people know, your inner circle's gonna know.
And then
know?
And I
So the inner
also,
circle's definitely knew.
humans are curious by nature.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want my people to think that by asking these questions or coming on social media and saying things that I don't want to demonize you guys for doing that. All I ask is that you be respectful when you do it and that you don't try to make a moment for yourself on my page
Oh, about what?
when you do it. No, when they think that they have one up on you or that
What,
you're
like-
hiding a secret, whatever you're...
Oh, when artists or people in the limelight,
Right.
we don't owe you all of that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Nobody has to come out or tell you what's going on in their bedroom.
Right.
That is not. If you start talking shit and like I'm not this and I ain't that, that's another story.
That's when it starts.
That's when a nigga drag you down the street. But if you're not doing
Don't
that,
let me
I don't
catch.
think anybody wants to keep things private for themselves. They should be able to do that and not be. I don't need to, I just happen to be open.
And I appreciated you sharing that with the world when you were on the R&B, the divas, the R&B divas.
Nobody's gonna tell my fucking story but me.
I appreciate it.
Period.
Because you didn't have to
Because you're not
tell
me.
us anything.
No, I know, but I was at the time. There there was, addiction involved. There were things, and I was not going to allow for what I needed and doing my healing.
Yeah.
And I was not going to let anybody tell my story. I'll tell you, I was hanging out in after hours and, all of that stuff. You're not going to tell it.
Right.
Because I was there, I know.
Right. And
I'm
once
very
you do
clear.
it, you take the power away
Yeah.
from anybody else that tries to
Exactly.
come and throw shit on it.
Exactly. And I've never been
But
that
it still
girl.
takes a lot of strength. So
It does. Well, thank you.
Commend you for that.
It does. I never really gave a shit what people think. If you could tell, like, I just never really gave a shit.
Yeah, but you know what? Your daughter might
That
have.
way. She was, yeah. Well, you see, I shared that as well.
Right,
But
But sometimes, you know what I mean? We're living our lives and we don't pay attention to how it's going to trickle down to affect our kids and their images of us and whatever.
Yeah. It definitely was a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Did it affect your relationship with your daughter?
No, what it did was it actually helped us. Excuse me while I try to get this earring back on.
Just take that shit off.
No, not be looking bald face. Hold on. No,
that shit off.
wait. What it did was bring light to some things and have us actually talking about the real shit, because, her, becoming a Christian woman in her belief system, thinking, that was, what she didn't believe in that. That's on her. She has every right to do that. I wasn't asking her to marry a woman. I wasn't asking her to.
You weren't pushing your beliefs on her.
No, right. But at the same time, we also knew it was important to share. And so when I had her come on and she came on the show, if we ain't bullshitting, we're not bullshitting about a relationship that doesn't exist. We're going to talk about it, because people out there need to know they're not alone. There's other people going through this.
That's very responsible of you. And do you think that the show did a good job in sharing it, or was the editing fucked up and unfair?
They absolutely did, because they didn't have a fucking choice. And when I say they didn't have a choice, it was like I taught them me and my wife taught them how to treat us immediately. They knew that wasn't going down. I told one of the producers, I was like, if y'all pulled the shit that y'all pulled the other day with me, I would have punched you in the face.
What was that you were referring to?
It was something that happened.
Lips of a baboon's ass?
No, not that issue. No. It was something else.
Hey, Selena.
They tried to do some stuff to get Kiki riled up about her husband, and it was just out of pocket. I was like, you don't have to create any scenarios. You have 5 female artists that some of us have friendships.
Right.
You don't need to create shit.
Yeah.
It's all right there.
Right.
Like, you just roll the camera. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you don't have to.
But they might have thought it was easier to go.
No, you didn't. But they were trying to make it messy and based on people's capacity emotionally. Playing on that to get people to act out.
Kiki will fuck around and.
What, baby? I was like, y'all play. I said, you couldn't do it to me. So I was like, they were like, I was like, yeah, I would have punched you in the face. Never had an issue.
You still speak to her?
Who?
Kiki.
Yeah, Kiki and I cool. Yeah.
I think she has a show.
She does have a show.
And she shaved off all her hair.
Well, that was when her son was dealing with his cancer battle.
Got you.
And then she shaved her head to support him. But that was years ago.
Because they're just showing it now. Like it's
they went back. They flashed back, I think, because she just has another sick baby. Her youngest is sick. Very sick. Yeah.
I'm sorry, sis. But you will be okay.
She will be okay.
Yep.
She will be okay.
It's so hard. Sometimes you want to protect your children from the life that you've created and the career and you fought so hard for. Mm-hmm. How have you managed to stay true to yourself and still stay true to yourself, but follow your dreams? You've already lived your dream. Like,
I haven't lived my dream. I'm not done. There's a lot of.
You got more dreams.
I got more dreams, and I got other stuff to express. Right.
Right.
But I didn't know what the hell I was doing at the time. I just knew that I was in. Everything was happening. I wasn't the one sitting outside of record labels. Everything kind of just came.
So it was kind of.
It was it was blessed. I was right. Mm-hmm. But on the other side of that, there was a walk that I had to walk. And now, looking back, I understand what it was. It fed something in me that was because I'm an Aquarius, and I'm, the humanitarian of the bunch.
That wants everyone to be in peace and harmony and
no,
giving back.
Well, yeah, that doesn't mean walked over though.
No, I didn't say.
No, I'm just saying.
But you want everybody to act accordingly. Yeah.
Do we? I don't know. But I
think Aquarians want everyone to be like doing good.
I think everybody
the greater good.
The greater good, right? But also just keep it a buck.
Did things ever get so hard for you financially that you had to, I don't know.
What? Girl, what? That I had to what?
No, I wasn't going to say anything like dirty, but...
No, what's dirty? That's relative. Dirty is subjective, right? So, what? I want to know what you do.
Like, did you ever have to do anything compromising to pay the rent or the mortgage or something out of character?
Not compromising. I wouldn't say, no. Anything I did because I either was...
When you got married to your wife, people said, oh, that's a come-up for Monifah.
I never heard that. What did that mean? A come-up for how?
Because I think...
Oh, because I wasn't out or I wasn't working.
It appeared that you weren't... Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. But, like, they were saying before that show, I guess, while you guys were dating, before you got married, that she was a come-up. And...
Okay. I never heard that, but she was a come-up for me as far as having somebody in my corner. She definitely was a come-up. If that's exactly... She was a come-up, and that's fucking special. In that regard, abso-fucking-lutely, and the best come-up that I could have possibly had. That God
Some of us never have that in life.
Exactly.
In a lifetime.
But I don't do things based on... I never fucked for money directly. Like, I did shit because I wanted to do it. I was very liberated that way, and in my own, for whatever reasons, I did it for. Where are you? I'm like, fuck for money? No. Inadvertently, we all did it.
Right, inadvertently.
But you know what I'm saying? But that's not. Yeah, you all like, oh
it's
yeah.
It's easy to fuck a poor nigga. Why not fuck someone that has something?
Shit. Exactly. Now that's right. But I'm not. It's like, oh, it's some expectation. If I'm attracted to somebody, we gonna,
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like when you go with your heart.
But sometimes I'll be looking at people. I'll be like, oh God. I was just at someone. God bless him. My homeboy just, passed away, and I was.
Sorry to hear
I was at his repast, and I was just like, oh God. Me and my friend were in there dying. Do you hear me? Like, I can't believe I slept with that.
Well, we all have moments.
I've had a few moments, Shell.
We all have. We grown. But we've lived to see the day, a new day. You know what I mean?
So to your point, yes, my wife was an absolute come up. She was an absolute come up.
Okay.
For me as a person, as a woman, and yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I never heard that. Shit was rough. Shit was rough because I just, when I got dropped from Universal.
That's what I was getting.
Yeah, when I got dropped from Universal, I went right on the road. Like, I almost didn't go. I did Men Cry in the Dark with Richard Roundtree. So I was working. It wasn't like I wasn't
God
working.
rest the dead.
Yeah, my man. That we used to drink. We used to be at the bar like after the show. Mm-hmm. That was when we used to have long talks.
What was his drink?
His Johnny Walker Blue.
Okay.
Yep.
So we got to get that next time.
Yeah.
Production, let's work on Johnny Walker Blue. And we will walk responsibly afterwards. And
I'm really sad that I didn't get to see him. I had been wanting, I was like, that was something that I always wanted. I want to see Richard again just to, say hey. And then I was like, oh, he's gone now.
I know.
But yeah, I was working. I was doing plays. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't always easy. And I was in another relationship. I was in another relationship. So it wasn't like, I was never like struggling like that. It's when I left the relationship, and yeah, I don't know if I'm that girl that was gonna go to McDonald's or get a job. Not that there's nothing wrong with that,
right? But
I'm
so
always
hard.
keeping in mind, like there's a certain level of whatever that you need to keep.
But how? Because you know what? As an artist, and I have to tell you, because I was home for 15 years, people don't see behind. People sometimes don't see beyond Miss Jones, and then when you're not doing your craft, Miss Jones fell off. Even when you feel like you're doing what you need to do, which is the right thing to do, take care of your family, because they didn't ask to be here.
Right.
They didn't ask for your bad decisions in a father.
Yeah.
Baby daddy.
I never had those issues. Thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
Because now you're connected to an asshole
For the rest
that
of-
ain't shit
right, for the rest of
because
their
you
lives.
want your kid to be. But
Yeah.
that's a whole nother episode, and we will get there.
All right. Jesus.
Let me tap it out.
Yeah.
Let me drink. It's change, right? But
Oh, shit.
to the point.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, and I forgot the point. I drank too much.
I'm so sorry.
No,
No,
it's
you were
fine.
saying people don't,
Oh, when you have to do things. When the phone stops ringing.
Yeah.
Because once the label drops you, they've already told people in the industry that you're about to get dropped.
I never even, and I didn't pursue another record deal. Thank
So when
God.
the money dried up, though, what did you do?
I was on the road. I'm an actress. I
Okay.
went and acted. Thank
Okay.
God.
Thank God you had
phone,
that.
My phone didn't stop ringing. I wasn't doing, and I was still eating over Touch It still.
Okay.
Like I was still getting, shows here and there. A couple of years down the line.
Because promoters start taking advantage of the fact of, oh, she ain't got a label, so we can give her a little. What's the most you've gotten doing a show?
Ever?
Yeah. As a recording artist.
As a recording artist, performing or like being on a track or something. For me, it was, shout out to Benzino, it was 70,000.
See now, 70?
Mm-hmm.
A show?
Not a show, to do a record.
Wow. Benzino?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And Dave Mays, when they had the sword, they was balling.
They were.
You know what I'm saying?
They were.
Cool. They were cool. And I did,
That's
a feature.
Funny. They both was trying to fuck me at the same,
Really?
in the same time period. So
Look,
funny.
look, what?
Look. Right.
Not
Exactly.
Not Benzino.
Mays.
Just throw that out there.
Right. But look, back then we were hot
We were
shit.
young and hot and, having fun.
Why not? We were very fuckable,
Right.
very desirable, single, and like
Exactly.
out
I was
doing it, living your
my
best life.
best entire life.
Did you realize it then?
Yeah, some of it. What I call it yoing. I was yoing. Yeah. I call it yoing.
Okay.
My yoing years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's acceptable.
Yeah.
That's acceptable because you
sure.
were, at that
I
age
don't
when you're
have
supposed
any-
to explore.
Right, and I don't have any.
And now the girls, I don't like how the girls, it's almost like all they're doing is the yoing. Like there's nothing else.
We had more than a yoing.
Right.
We had more than a yoing.
And those
'cause we
guys
come from a
knew.
different generation.
Right. They
Different.
knew that we had some expectation. Like you're not just
Right.
going to hold me out.
Right. Facts.
Right?
That's a fucking fact.
And I feel like things have shifted and now the girls present Ho first.
Mm-hmm.
And then if there's character and she's a good girl later on, it comes
Maybe
later
it comes
on.
later. Maybe.
Are we responsible at all for not leading the way more pronounced?
I don't know. Maybe. I think we may have some kind of responsibility. But I will say, it might have come from what I heard. This is what there was this debate or talk. It's saying how our age group didn't have our kids work for anything, in a sense, because we, like they were sheltered. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Because we
they
saw
got everything
so
we gonna
much.
do. Right, we saw
We
lot.
saw too much. We saw more
Crack
than we should
epidemic.
have.
We saw our whole communities obliterated
Yep.
from the crack epidemic.
And we made vows that if we got out, I have to tell you, the music industry probably saved a lot of our lives because
sure.
that was the first time, say what we want about Andre Harrell and Russell Simmons, but that was the first time I ever saw young black guys that lived in the projects or lived in wherever make six-figure salaries.
But that was a renaissance. You know what I'm saying? And it was as amazing as it was. It also had the shadow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The shadow side, like everything does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, again, you're taking what you see in your everyday element and you're bringing it into in the socio space. It's just you're treating everything the same. It just mirrors the fucking world.
You're right, but you know
It
what?
just
Black
mirrors the
people
world.
don't have the luxury, and now I keep
But we
saying,
don't got the luxury now to talk about this shit and stop and we got to start holding people accountable.
I don't know that we have the resources to do that because people would rather try and sue you to shut you up before you're able to hold them accountable. Because you might be spitting truth, right?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'll be done. Because I don't have any I don't have any.
A dog in the race.
I don't have a dog in. No, I do have a dog in the race as a woman. As a woman who has been taken advantage of, has experienced sexual violence. Yeah, I do have a dog in the fight. Absolutely. But what I'm saying is I don't have any ties to any of these men in this industry.
Gotcha.
Okay? So what I will say is ain't nothing ever going to change what I fucking read in that deposition.
Cassie.
And it ain't never going to ever change what anybody read or saw in that dep. It is a deposition, right? That's what it's called?
I don't know. They know what it was. A docket. A docket.
Whatever.
The paperwork.
Oh, paper. Exactly.
Paperwork.
Filing. Right. There was a lot of things.
And we know how to read.
And what I can say is what I know energetically that I've experienced and seen. And you can't, that shit ain't gonna never go away. It's already out there.
It's the genie's out the bottle, but if, like, people, Rich Dollars and Peter Guns and everybody else, it's a lot of y'all. We gonna forget City College?
So.
Are we gonna forget?
So what we doing? Really got nowhere to go.
I don't know where to run now.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. Oh, we
City
real.
College.
We here real.
Right.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. I got it. Okay, I put my real cap on. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
I'm just saying.
The real. Like,
Where from what I understand, one of his closest friends was the last one he dragged out paying her and refused to pay her. She was the very, very last one. That
it's
royalty.
a mentality and it's something that is built in somebody.
And
every
Diddy,
time
I
I
don't
look,
want you blowing up my house or my car or anything like
Good
that.
night!
No,
I'm
I
done.
don't. Because I don't.
I cannot.
He already threatened to put me in the trunk of a car.
What?
And it's on tape. You know when we take you back in the room to do commercials? After you do an interview on the radio, and we take you in the back.
The drops for the
And he didn't know that the tape was running.
Shut
And
the
if I hadn't
front
heard it,
door.
I wouldn't have believed it. And Little Kim said, leave Jonesy alone. Jonesy don't hurt nobody. Stop. Yep. You saved me. You're my hero. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So I just say, where
Wow.
there's smoke, there's fire.
Baby. That's what I've always.
Where there's
That's
smoke,
what I know
there's
to be
fire.
That's what
And-
I know to
and-
be true.
And,
So-
and we need the men to, if you ain't gonna stand up for what's right,
Shut the fuck up.
and set your ass
just
somewhere.
Shut up. Don't say nothing.
Nothing at all.
Don't say nothing. Because that's is crazy.
How many females were in the industry at your label that time that were like A&Rs? Because I noticed a lot of females were marketing and publicity, and all the dudes were.
Some of the same things that probably the artist was, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still, again, it mirrored life. It mirrored outside. It mirrored the streets. It mirrored corporate America. It mirrored everything. We didn't experience anything. It was just more hyperbolic because it was a fishbowl.
Big words.
It was a fishbowl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we already don't have the connection,
Right.
so to speak, and the communication is already a breakdown.
It's competition. It was your Monifah's coming out on Uptown, Mary's on Uptown, Faith is on Bad Boy, this one's over here, that what you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until later on, I think when I stepped away to radio and I realized
Then you saw.
we don't have to be at odds, and
No.
there's power in numbers, and we can reverse the polarity if we would just
Absolutely.
share the information that we're seeing.
I think it's gonna happen now, though.
I hope.
I think it'll
I
happen
hope,
now.
because there's always a raggedy weak bitch that's just like, no, there's always is her name Candace Owens? There's always a Candace Owens.
I'm gonna not.
Yeah.
No, because let me just say this. You know what? No.
I'm used to being on an island by myself.
You're not on the island by yourself about Candace
I don't
Owens.
need-
The island. I'm on the island by myself
No,
about
you're
Candace
not.
Owens.
You're not.
There's some valid shit. Like if you can't. You what you say? What they say? You chew the meat and you spit out the bones. She got a lot of bones.
Yeah.
She got a lot of fucking good meat too.
Okay.
What I did do, because this is what I like to do, and this is what I'm saying this because this is where I come from. I'm tired of doing shit because my mother did it and I don't really know the reason why. Like, does anybody know why your mother cuts off when back in the day, why she cut off the fucking tail of the hand bone or the neck? No, you know why? Because she don't know because her mama did it.
It was just
But you
passed
know
down.
why? But do you know why? The fucking ovens were smaller.
Oh.
couldn't fit the whole entire handbook. Now that you can.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But we didn't.
But we couldn't ask because asking was being sassy.
Which is crazy.
Right.
Which
if you
is
ask
crazy.
and you challenge them, so we were conditioned to not question adults.
And that's some bullshit that I think I'm thankful that my mother allowed me to ask questions and encouraged it. It was the way. But
And a lot of mothers didn't because they were aggravated. They had been working
I mean,
four
yeah,
jobs.
they tired. I get it.
Don't
I
come
get
with me
it.
with that bullshit. Just do it because it needs to be done, and I told you to do it.
But we gotta stop, falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Democrat, because
Yeah.
your mama a Democrat. Democrats ain't do shit for us since they didn't do shit for us.
Right.
Ain't never done shit for us.
Right.
Ain't nothing but the damn the slave chase.
And
the
yet I
chasers.
find myself right. They're
Oh my
just
God,
as bad.
You gotta
and
read though.
stupid.
You can't just go along with it because I read Candace's book and I also read another book called "Please Stop Helping Us" because I was like, this just doesn't make any sense.
Please stop helping us. What
Yes,
is that about?
it's oh my God, I forgot the man's name, but just if you put the title in, "Please Stop Helping Us." He's a political analyst, scientist as well.
What's the premise of the book, though?
About the history of the parties and how how it's bullshit.
Oh.
And statistically why we're in a
Tailspin?
tailspin and just kind of chasing our tails.
Yeah.
As Democrats, we're voting against our interests.
Jason
Riley, thank you.
Thank you, studio
Do yourself
audience.
a favor. I did the Audible. I'm a reader, but I did the Audible so when I'm driving, because I take long drives, do it. Read Candace Owens' book. You'll understand. I want you to. That's your homework.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk about it.
Let's. And
No,
when you
seriously.
come back, no, I'm saying when
Because
you come back because I like to have an informed discussion. And honestly, I'm sure that she does. You don't get to certain platforms, MSNBC and CNN or Fox,
But it's not different from ours.
without having some credulence,
Right,
if that's
right.
even the word,
Now,
to
her
what you're
belief
saying.
system is what it is.
Right. We may not agree.
Right. But her
to-
shit is her shit make girl, I'm telling you. And then when I did that book, Please Stop Helping Us, it was like, oh shit. And then and you also have to do your own research. You don't just believe what anybody tells you. You also, counter and kind of look up certain shit.
What do you think about the current state of affairs? I don't necessarily federal we can talk about, but New York is fucked up.
New York been
No, like it continues to get more and more fucked up. I'm concerned. Like I don't see a way out. And then with the budget cut, and I'm not trying to hate on migrants, I'm not, but
it's an issue.
first
though.
to thine own self be true.
True. But
If you ain't got it, how can you help somebody else?
This is my point. So remember I made the comparison to the industry being a mirror of what the larger globe, what the globe is doing, just what it is just in life. Patriarchy and white supremacy. It's the same with New York. Like if New York is mirroring what America does on a whole, it's doing the same thing.
Nobody cares because the end game is going to be
It's
we're going to
money.
be bankrupt. No, but we're going to
Yeah.
be the city's going to be bankrupt.
But the powers that be won't be. They're gonna get everything they want. It's all about control, keeping people not asking questions.
legalizing
happening.
doing things
That's
that
gonna keep people in a
right.
come on now.
Right.
You here
In a-
with me?
Mhm,
You here?
mhm.
You here?
And I never like to get political, but I always want people to be aware
Why don't we
and make
want to
conscious
get political?
decisions.
Because it really affects our lives. We gotta stop saying that.
You know why? Because
Everything is political.
it
Jonesy.
is, but you can't.
Everything's political. It is.
But people believe what they believe based on, again, how they were raised or what they're experiencing at that time. So I can't
we
tell
gotta stop
you
that too. Because the onus is on you to find your information, make it make sense. If it's not making sense, then find why it's not making sense.
But if it makes sense and you find the information and your vote is going to fuck up the greater good. Like for me, I didn't vote for Biden. I voted against Trump. You know what I mean?
I completely understand
And
that.
so I feel like I don't have the luxury of standing up for what I personally believe is going to be the betterment of me and my journey.
Let me ask you this.
Because
How's
my
that
one vote ain't gonna.
That's a lie. How's that working for you though?
I mean-
How is it? Do you feel supported by your people? I'm not talking about your direct people. I'm saying, do you feel like on a whole that we are?
I feel
we're all
ashamed. I
bamboozled?
feel ashamed. I know that if I was in a street fight, I wouldn't stand with the Democrats because they don't.
That's a fact.
They don't fucking
That's a
stand
fact.
up for shit. They keep on letting the same bullshit go and go and go. The Republicans, They must all be Scorpios, because they will stand with you,
But we demonize.
knowing that you lying.
Yep.
And they will stand there and hold your hand and be like, no, we telling the truth. So,
But they do more for what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway.
collectively,
No, not collectively. Damn it.
make better moves, make more. I know they stick together.
For the country we live in, a capitalistic society, we have more legs to stand on as far as what they want to do.
Right, but they become something else. They also want to
they
take
have,
us back to
absolutely.
slavery and Reconstruction, and I know what that looks like. The signs are here.
They're playing. They both of the parties suck. It's bullshit. But they're playing into the mind control of the people. They're playing on the emotions of the people.
They are.
That's what they're doing.
But you still
you
not
think
gonna.
the politicians give a shit?
None of them do.
They want the votes. So they're gonna play on the people that hate the gays. They're gonna play on the people that hate the blacks. That's just what it's a game. Child, it's not even real. We in the Matrix, girl. We in the Matrix. We in the Matrix. This shit ain't real.
I just need Diddy to go to jail for Christmas. That's all I need. Small things. Small things.
Incremental steps.
And my little pea brain. Small things. Right.
Incremental
For the
steps.
greater good.
You know,
Diddy, you know I love you. You know I love you.
I want people to be accountable.
I do too. And I also know that we are a forgiving people. We are forgiving people. And once people own it and say, I fucked up, I'm wrong, people will forgive. But you can't keep doing the banana in the tailpipe shit to us.
There's literally, I made a mistake and I was in a space, and then there's inherently not well and can't admit it.
And then there's a combination of both.
It's
because
all
my
of those
narcissism
things.
has been fed through the years that I can't even go back.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't even know what going back to Diddy looks like, right?
Right.
And I didn't mean to make this episode all about that, but that is what people are talking about.
Well, quite honestly, as a woman,
you came from the era.
Yeah, as a woman, I just think
I
just want men that don't have anything to add, or not supporting.
Right.
You know, a person, any abused person speaking their truth.
Because that could have been your mother.
Or it could have been you.
Getting her ass kicked down a flight of fucking stairs.
It could be them. It could be them, Jonesy. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what? They would think, nah, that wouldn't happen to me. But your mom.
I'm talking about already have happened to them.
But your mom. Your mom could have been the one.
But there are men out here walking around having been abused.
Did you see the YouTube guy? He calls himself Poppy. And he claims to have been sexually assaulted by Africa Bambaataa. And I saw a video where he is standing up with his camera in the middle of the projects and he says, all the kids in this projects, the OGs, the young ones, the middle ones, we all got assaulted by Bam. And y'all worried about Cassie? And then ultimately somebody pulls up and shoots him. But
he's dead?
No, he lived. They show him driving to the hospital, but I'm not laughing because he was.
Yes, you are.
No,
this is crazy.
He was.
But somebody shoot you because
it's insane.
Do you know
because they were throwing bottles out the window while he was doing his rampage and his rant. He was like, "Come downstairs, where the shooters at?" And then one pulled up. But
people that abuse.
But there was a message.
Hello, people that abuse, make sure that they take care of. They're going to silence you however they need to.
Yeah.
And most people are silenced with money.
Yeah.
Most people are silenced with
circumstantial.
You know what?
Uplift.
I'm not doing it. So,
yeah.
I'm not going to rock the boat. I'm not going to say anything. My family.
Let somebody else be the hero. And everybody has that mentality. Let them.
But we in a time, that shit ain't gonna fly no more. Just energetically.
We're tired.
The truth has to.
We're tired.
It's bubbling. It's just gonna.
And Trump did that.
It's just gonna.
And he didn't mean for it to happen. What him doing that
shit
shit
is that he wasn't a politician. He was a real nigga that came in and said, I don't give a fuck
Queens
about your
get the money.
I don't care about your politics. I don't care about I'm coming in and doing whatever.
Yeah.
I'm opening up files. I'm leaving shit open. I'm sending. He didn't care.
Yeah.
He's not a politician. That's why he's hated by everybody.
I just have a problem with him not keeping us safe. by doing reckless shit.
Yeah, he did. No, he did some dumb shit. I'm
Like
not
at
saying
some
that.
point,
For
you got
sure.
like you fucked up the whole church.
But I'm
money.
just saying. But for the political ecosystem,
Yeah, I get why people get him.
That shit up. Honey.
Yeah, and people were tired and wanted that.
Yeah,
but he's out of control now. Now we in some other shit. But I don't even know how we got on politics. But
all right, we're gonna get off.
Barton Nora.
I just what not Bart. I just yeah, the truth is gonna come out. You seeing it all over the place.
So now knowing what we know and having come from where we've come from industry wise, when you do music, how are you gonna approach it? How will you approach it? You gotta see these clowns, the same clowns in the same positions to help your
No, the fuck I don't. Who?
No.
Who you talking about?
You know it's
Who
still
are you talking about? Who I gotta see?
You know.
I have a direct line to the people that want my music. I have a direct relationship with them.
Right. I get it with
And
the
that's
streaming and stuff.
No, I have a direct relationship. I don't need a label. I don't need anything. Like my success is
Shout out to DJ Eddie App. Calling all ladies.
Yeah, that song is fire too, by the way. Your single is crazy.
Thank you.
But yeah, I don't
Because they still, you know what I mean? We were
still what?
up to be nominated for a Grammy. And then when I see all the people I was up against, I'm like, they're all on those labels that are heralded again by those men that are making the calls and using their money for influence. So it's still, at least stop wanting that. Knowing that that's man-made, I need to stop.
Say, not even just man-made, but by the others. You know, if we get an image award, and you know, as much as I, you know, I'm still want to support the people that are doing things for
our people,
for the culture, even if I may not agree with everything that you do, and I don't have to. But if you're doing things like a Jason Lee, like if you're doing your own award show,
Jason.
shout out to Jason. You're doing things where you're giving flowers to the people that are in
that weren't able to get them before because no one wanted to
But
acknowledge them.
We got to support those platforms too.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
To make them just as
relevant,
important to the culture, and take back a ownership of our shit.
Speaking of taking back ownership, your thoughts on the Kardashians?
I don't think about them.
If you had to, because I feel a way.
About what?
Them, I feel like they.
What they doing the first of all, I don't give a shit about them because I really want to deal with my brothers. I want my brothers to shut the fuck up and stop talking crazy. Stop treating us a certain way. I want us to talk. Shout out to Nia Long and Jeezy for having that conversation, though. I appreciated it. But I want
please
to
let the conversation end there, Nia.
What happened?
Because people are like, oh my God, they look like they might make a great.
Why you say Nia though?
I mean, because
I didn't get that from. I don't know.
All right, I hope not. No, I just was watching the comments.
People are nuts because that's
okay.
people projecting their own weird
Right.
shit.
That's probably what it was.
That's
I didn't see it.
That's you know what I'm saying.
I just know. No, I remember what Jeezy did to Keisha, and Keisha's my friend.
Got you.
And I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Like I watched her, and she was on the rise, and I didn't like how he didn't have to. It was like unnecessary.
Right.
And how he embarrassed her early on in her career.
Wow.
So that's my image. Sorry, Jeezy, and we've never had a conversation, but she's my friend, and I don't want. And then I see what he did with Jeannie Mott. Now I totally don't know who she is. I don't have a, but it seems like there might be a pattern. And Nia just got out of a situation where she was embarrassed and.
But you got to watch it because that's the thing.
Hey, Nia,
the thing is about the journey from who you were to who you evolving into, and you can't keep people where they at.
No.
Because you ain't the same Josie. You used to talk shit. You said a couple of disparaging things about
I said
me back
mean
then.
things.
Yeah, you were mean.
I
You
was
were.
mean.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's not where you are no more, right? No, of course you can still say a mean thing, but
It's not necessary. I don't have to be mean to win.
But you're not there.
Right.
Exactly.
I thought I needed to be mean to win because I was side by side with
because
Star and Buck
men were
Wild.
telling you exactly.
And they were winning being mean.
Exactly.
And I was being chastised for not going along with the go along. And Tracy.
I got it.
You know, so.
I understand.
But
But
now,
you learned some things from that, right?
yeah, hopefully we all do.
Right.
And, you know.
Now when I said that from a complete place of what the conversation was, because it
Oh,
had
bitch,
nothing
you got
to
me
do-
all the way together. I'm sorry.
No, I had. I'm gonna talk straight. I'm gonna talk straight to you, as I expected.
No,
you to
and
do.
I'm not, right. And I said I
To
was
me.
mean. I own it. I was mean.
No, but and it wasn't it was just a fact.
No, but I love that. That's what Pink Champs is for. I want people to know that they can come here and be free to say. And I've accosted lots of you, a lot of you.
I didn't take it personally,
but
though.
you could have. You
Yeah,
could have.
I didn't give a fuck.
Well, that's who you are.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that you are that way.
I just never understood when people like you may be annoyed, but it's not like like I would never be like this.
Yeah,
Dumb.
it was silly.
Yeah,
it was.
not you. You was doing your job, or you was doing what you
I thought
understand
I needed to
what
be
you-
doing.
right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like that conversation was about a brother and a sister talking
Okay, good.
about
People always make it dirty. People
but that
always
be they shit. That's they unevolved bullshit.
They
You know what
always
I'm saying?
got to take it to the unchaka.
It's so you know why? Because it's easy.
Yeah.
And you ain't gotta go deeper than that.
Right.
And because going deeper, they always don't feel. It doesn't always feel
It's
good.
not comfortable.
It ain't fucking comfortable at all, baby.
And it
Let me tell you, I've been
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Ain't comfortable, but it's fucking necessary.
It's very necessary.
Trust me.
Listen,
I'm coming back.
you gotta come back.
I'm coming back because I ain't done.
Mo
Talk
was
about all this other shit that's necessary to talk about.
yeah, but that's because that's
Nah,
what's
nah,
happening
that's
right now.
Exactly what's happening.
And I feel like we don't have the luxury to get where I want it because this is what's top of
No,
mind.
I agree, and I don't care. Listen, I ain't pushing nothing.
I know.
I ain't nobody.
You always got this is an open door for you whenever you want to come back. Thank you, sis.
love
I
you.
appreciate you for
I
coming to
appreciate
Pink
you too. I
Champs.
had a blast. Thank you.
Thank you.
I had a blast. This is amazing. I wish you so much success.
No,
'Cause
you
you
just-
deserve it.
Thank you.
You've been working hard in this business. You're talented.
Thank you.
You're a queen.
Thank you, Queen.
Period.
I appreciate you, my
Period.
sis, and always for being genuine and saying shit even when I don't want to hear it. You've always done that and getting up early and coming in and still getting me together.
He's so silly.
No, I love
Anyway,
that.
well,
That's all I can. I'm too old to want the bullshit. I need people to, Jonesy.
I feel the same way.
And I
feel the
consider
same
you
way.
my sister. So thank you, sis.
Absolutely. Love you, babe.
Monifah.
This episode of Pink Champs was filmed at Shawnee's China Soul. Whenever you're in New Jersey and in the mood for soul food with an Asian flair, check out Shawnee's China Soul, located at 1415 Palisade Avenue, Teaneck, New Jersey. For more information, call 201-357-4219 for Shawnee's China Soul. Thank you, Shawnee.